our UK Labour MP, or shall we say, she was our UK Labour AP. I'm not sure MP. I'm not sure of her status currently. She's back in the news again, and it's for a similar thing. Similar accusations that were made the last time she was in the media, under a suspension for some controversial postings, as far as I can understand, as far as I understand. So to get down to it, Dianne Abbott is, I believe, the longest serving female black MP in Parliament. And she recently received a title, I think it's called Mother of the House, as a result of the many years she's been in the political game from 87, I think, or maybe slightly before. So Dianne Abbott now has been accused again of saying something in a post that her party and her party leader, Keir Starmer, objects to, and maybe some other organisation, particularly when she was under the leadership of her friend Keir Starmer, and he was accused of similar things, and they, I don't know if you call it a witch hunt, but they had a period where they said they were weeding out anti-Semites or people with that particular leaning from the party. So, well, you know what? This is something that, like everything, you got various stances that people take, particularly with what's been going on for the last 2+ years over there in the Middle East. Yeah, I would say even myself, there's people I used to have similar views with, and people I used to follow on social media. Content creators I used to, and broadcasters and journalists I used to listen to on YouTube. And what I noticed is, as the tensions grew, the way the stories were reported in the legacy and mainstream media and citizens journalists on social media, people that I kind of tended to agree with on certain subjects just pretty much, I won't say dropped the ball, I'm trying to find the right way to describe it. They went so far in on, we're going to stand 10 toes down, 100% for this particular side or the other, that it's like there's no room for understanding, learning, empathy, or debate if you are coming from a particular stance. There's no even entertaining listening to what the other side has to say, or grey areas. So I just found it kind of left a bit of a taste in my mouth, and it put me off listening to some networks and some channels. Although individual broadcasters, yeah, I still listen to people like well, I'll give you an example. Piers Morgan, he's an example of somebody who, I'll take his shows with a pinch of salt at times, and I don't agree with everything he says, but on this one, he's kind of come around to a more fairer position. Plus, he always tends to have commentators on his panel shows from both sides, so they can thrash it out and push back on one another. So it leaves the viewer in a position where you can judge and weigh the information for yourself. That hasn't been the case with everyone. Yes, this is Croydon Tech Doof. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. This is about the Dianne Abbott story. Once again, she's back in the news, being accused of, doing something that they say is not acceptable when you're in her position. So they've taken away the whip, and I think she's been suspended. And obviously, like they did last time, they're going to look further into it. Thing is, I've always kind of, I grew up with Dianne Abbott, so I know she's, she's somebody who came up through the trenches. Not everyone might understand that description, but if you kind of grew up in the 80s, 70s to where we are now, there's a lot of things that changed. And for her to have managed to enter that political environment in a minority and hold her own, you know, she's you know, she's opened the door for others, I guess, and she's been a sort of a trailblazer in her own political way. So I just want to touch on a little bit of something else, a little extra. Again, this is the second time she's been caught up in this type of controversy, and well, I hope she weathers it and gets back to work when it's all cleared up. But sadly, I won't hold my breath. It probably won't end that way, but I hope it does anyway. Tech Doof, thanks for checking in and sitting in on the live and giving us the thumbs up. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not in your manor anymore. I'm in Thornton, but yes, I did start the live from Croydon, from your manor, your locale, and I'm heading back towards my ends in Southwest. So, well, further into Southwest, shall I say? It's all pretty much Southwest. So for now, I'd just like to say to anybody who's sat in on this stream, as I usually do, myself, Onyu Ajay here at CornerSpeak. Be good, be safe. If you can, be creative. I'm out. Oh yeah, like, if you can subscribe to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed, like the video and leave your comments. I respond to most comments, if not every comment, because I like to hear your point of view and your perspective. It's always appreciated. So once again, thanks for stopping by. I'm out.